click that like and subscribe button and go sign up on superchargedstocks.com and let's keep you notified. Good morning, everyone. It's Andrew O'Donnell with Supercharged Stocks. I'm here with Morgan Lekstrom, who's the president of Lakewood Resources. Lots of big news, powerful IPO that ran out the door. Listen, you've got a couple news releases we want to talk about. Let me know what's going on, and then we're going to recap all about Lakewood. So let's talk about Idaho. I think you were just there a couple of weeks ago, boots on the ground. The team's there, but you were actually there as well, checking it out. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I mean, I told you about my background. It's boots on the ground approach, and I mean, within the first 2 weeks of joining the company, I needed to get down there.
Yeah,
and that was my thing. So I met up with Phil Mulholland, our geologist. I met up with a whole swath of people, and really, I went underground. I was awesome. Like, let's go see it. Let's walk the claim. Let's walk the property.
Yeah.
And we did. Phil took me underground with our group, and it was incredible. I mean, the underground's in good condition.
Yeah.
When people say, "Oh, I've got a historic working. I've got a historic underground," they're like, "I've actually been in the underground. Yes. It's in good condition. We want to do near-term production potential. Obviously, blow the resource out. We need to make this, a huge resource. And if anything from that area tells us what it's going to be, a 2,000 meter deep resource, these areas, a lot of these mines have produced 100, 200, 300 million ounces of silver.
Yeah.
1.2 billion from the area. So we're in an area and we're on a property that I'd say is one of the last unexplored properties that was able to be put together into a consolidated.
There's another thing that we want to give a shout out to as well. There's a wonderful chart by Jeff Clark.
Absolutely. Jeff did this amazing chart showing that from the 1980s until now of the exponential growth of gold, palladium, platinum, all these things, and how, they've gone up 1,000%, 800%, blah, blah, blah. And silver down 43%. And we're not a hedge.
No. Yeah.
We're actually used in production.
Yeah.
But I love that chart. It just shows the potential growth.
Yes.
It shows the huge potential growth. And that, for companies like us, we have huge potential in our minds of being very large ore bodies. Silver, in my opinion, has room to run. I'm not, not prefacing that with anything, but
you wouldn't be in it if you didn't think there was a big opportunity. I mean, I'm the same way. Is that there's many factors that can change markets here and there, and markets have a mystique to their own sometimes. Yeah. The silver market certainly has it's a beast on its own, but and we've seen it pull back the last couple of days. That doesn't dissuade me in any shape or form from the fundamental fact of how much we require this for industrial use. Never mind the fact that people still look at it as being a store of value. It's both of those things. And I mean, whether you talk about jewelry in India, which is massive, or you're talking about Solar City, these are required. It's a great conductor. We can't do without it.
No, absolutely. And I mean, I need to put this out there. Like we as a company, Lakewood, we're not relying on the silver price to go up to execute on our plans. It's only better for the shareholders if it does.
Yes.
But we don't need it to.
No.
We have high grade mines, existing properties with very strong drill targets, and we're going to execute on that. We're going to build these resources out, and being able to have an existing mine just gives us so much more leverage in getting to production quicker. And the market will see that over time with what we're doing. And I want to do things different. I mean, we talked about crypto already. I mean, how many silver companies and miners talk about the link to crypto?
Yeah.
That should give you an example of what we're looking at doing. We want to link technology into mining. We want to link that full chain, right? That full supply chain, because we are at the start of it.
We're the start of this commodity cycle, but also this marriage of people understanding that the way innovation, blockchain, a lot of this new technology can be integrated into mining specifically.
I think you're going to see this interesting new cycle of commodities. It's not going to be traditional anymore because the requirement for increased technology is there, and building and housing and immigration throughout Canada. You're going to see more of a steady pace.
Yeah.
You're not going to see these big ebbs and flows. You see them a little bit here and there, but I think you're going to see this step, and it's going to continue up on requirements.
And I mean, I love infrastructure. It can be boring for a lot of people, but the requirement on infrastructure is immense. If you want to start driving home, I don't even mean like fiber optics, 5G, that. Let's just talk about building bridges and making them more structurally sound. The amount of resources you need is incredible. And they want to do this all throughout Europe. The US certainly has to pick up. We're talking trillions of dollars. And if you start incorporating, yes, we're going to have millions more in immigration. That's more housing, that's more energy, that's more electro. It requires a ton, but it also requires a ton being done properly, like you're saying. And that's that marriage of ESG with growth. And we know we can do this, and we can do it socially responsible. And luckily, having younger generations involved in the sector, bringing that passion, that's what's helping to attract a lot of the young money. And it's also allowing the major funds that know they have to mine. They know it. It's just they're like, make it easy for us to get into this. We want to get into this.
It's the building blocks. I mean, you look at these great towers that are built, and you go, wow, that thing's beautiful. Well, then there's concrete, there's steel in it. There's all these fundamental resources that, unfortunately, I'm a part of a young generation. I'm 36, right? And I mean, that gives me a lot of energy to run this company. So that helps. But B, I'm in that middle generation where I work with a lot of older folks, experienced, and I work with a lot of younger folks that, have a different idea and a different way to do things. And there's such a strong marriage there. And that's how we're going to do it. We're doing things different. I'll send you an article from IBM. They did this amazing article on the integration of blockchain in mining.
Oh, very cool. Yes, please.
It's really neat. It talks, it like literally links it, and it's not a really widely known article, but you're right. I mean, there's so much application technology. My main background is in automation and building projects, and how do we make this more efficient? How do we make it run better? And how do we make the people safe, efficient? And that's something I value highly, is safety and efficiency. So when we were talking about cryptos and the requirements of silver, I like to always give that shout out to Elon Musk for his hashtag silver. Secretly, I know he's a silver lover, because the requirements for them in all their EVs, in all the solar panels. I mean, it's something like 44% of the silver is required for solar panels. I mean, he has Solar City, guys. He's got Tesla, and silver is a part of every one of these. So you want to start increasing electric vehicles, you want to start going solar, you want to start adding green technology, you need the ability to make this stuff. And you know what? Elon hit it on the head. Why not?
Well, this is good. You've got an innovator like this who's literally a genius innovator, who's recognizing the need for lithium, the need for silver. And that's a great person to have in our corner. Maybe he wants silver lower. I don't know. But hey, at least he's out there championing the cause.
Hell, I'm surprised he's not actually coming to some of these silver miners trying to buy them. Copper, silver, like secure your supply chain.
That's. I think, in the future we're going to see this. We're going to see a lot more of large companies, specifically whether it's Apple, tech companies, going directly to a mine, directly to a producer, going, we want to be vertically integrated. He's very vocal. Elon Musk is very vocal that he wants to control every aspect from start to finish and delivery of every aspect of a Tesla. Never mind Solar City.
You know what? What he's doing is unbelievable. He's an amazingly intelligent person. He's driven. He's full of energy. I love that. I'm full of energy. So I really vibe off what he's doing, and I'm huge on the environment as well. And he's literally changing the world. But in doing that, you need the commodities to change the world. Like you said earlier in the interview, it doesn't just happen. You don't just make these commodities up. Electricity doesn't just come across air. I mean, hey, Tesla, yes, I guess it does. But there's the microchip. There's also the semiconductor side, which is needed. So it's super interesting time in commodities right now. You're seeing the dip. If I could tell anyone anything, I'm not telling anyone to buy anything. I'm telling you right now, there's dips. This is when you get in.
It's amazing to see what you can do, and you can start implementing to get resources out of the ground. And I'm glad that also you mentioned that we need more people like yourself there, that conduit between the younger generation that want to see a certain future, but don't get it. And then the wisdom of the guys that have found stuff in the past, and the smart, and how do I do this? How do I do that? And you able to translate that into a successful company that brings the message to a younger crowd to say, listen, we need all of this for the future, but we're going to do it properly. We're not going to cut corners. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. I get it. Even the other presidents and CEOs of companies, they are, I would even say, environmentalists. They love living in Vancouver. They love it's green. They recycle. They do all of those things. These are not like people think of, like, oh, they're miners and they're purposely destroying the environment. I haven't met one that has any interest in that. It's literally, we can do this properly nowadays. We've got good regulations. We've got the know-how, and we got the ability. And it's not marketing. It's not PR. It's literally everyone I've spoken to. It's key to their growth, and that is good to translate to a younger generation to see as well.
Absolutely, it's core to us. It's core to us. Do it right.
Yeah.
You know, and that really fundamental of it. Do it right, and by doing it right means you're doing it environmentally friendly. You're utilizing the most recent technology available to you. You're automating. You're incorporating this next generation's opinion and that kind of stuff. And like, it's fundamental. I mean, I'm so fortunate to be in the mining industry. I had the ability to translate into different industry or transition to different industries, including tech. And I'm like, you know, do I want to? I love the mining industry because it's filled with really great people that have great ideas how to do it right. And the young generation coming up, there's not a lot of us coming into these roles.
No.
But the ones that are, you bet your butt we're doing it right.
Yes. And they get it. They see it. They're like, wait a second, there's an opportunity for growth here and properly. But they also are the people that can see, wait a second, if I can't do any of this, like we need copper, we have to get it. So can it be done effectively, efficiently with innovation? And the answer is yes. And once they're able to put that together, it's like the light bulb goes off and they go, oh my God, there's an opportunity here. There's a huge opportunity here.